Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Gurunatha, and today in this video we will learn how to do the multiple file attachments in an email using the script task component. Yes friends, so using this script component that you can see here, we will learn how to do the multiple file attachments in a mail, and those files, that is multiple files, we will send as an attachment in a mail using send mail task or using script task component. Okay, so this video is all about dynamically attaching the multiple files and sending those multiple files in a mail using the send mail task or using the script task component. So here in this video you will see a practical demonstration how to do the multiple file attachment in a mail. So friends, before I go and get started my practical demonstration, I request that please watch this video completely, and if you really like this video then give us a big thumbs up, and if you are new to my channel then please subscribe to my channel, because your one like and one subscribe really motivate us to create more such technical videos on MSBI. So friends, without wasting any time further, let's get started with today's video. So here you can see that we have a package here, you can see that, right? And here we have the execute SQL task, and in this task component we have written a select statement. So let me just copy this, and if I run this statement you can see that we get the max quantity here. Okay, so we set this max quantity to a variable here. Let me show you that, the total quantity. Okay, so by using this variable total quantity we have initialized our for loop. So let me just show you that. So you can see that we have the I variable which starts from 1, and then we have initialized the for loop, that is the eval expression, by using the total quantity variable, right? So this is how we have initialized the for loop container by using the total quantity variable, and inside that we have a data flow task here. So what it does, let me just show you that. As you can see here we have the OLEDB source. So let me just show you that what we have in this source. So you can see that we have a select statement in a SQL command here, where we are saying the quantity is a question mark, and this question mark we have replaced with the parameter you can see here, that is the I variable. So every time my I variable increments through the for loop, so this statement will give me a different output. So for example, let me just copy this and let me just paste the query here, and if I say the quantity is 1, and if I run this query you will find a different records here. So if I make this as quantity 2, so you will find a different output here, you can see that, right? So based on the I variable my output changes here, okay, through this SQL command. So what I did here, so let me just show you that. I cancel this. So I have used the multicast here to make the multiple output here, and to store the multiple outputs generated by the SQL command we have used the flat file destination and Excel destination, you can see here. Okay, so the every time we get the new records, so we will generate a new text file through this flat file destination and new Excel file through this Excel destination. You can see my Excel connection manager here. So I will go to my properties, and you can see in the expression you can see that we have used the Excel file variable here. So let me show you that. First let me also show you what variable I have used for flat file connection manager. So for that let me go to my properties expression. You can see that I have used the text file variable, you can see that. Okay, so I will cancel this and let me show you the variable. So you can see that it creates a different output text file, you can see that, using the I variable. So every time a new output is generated through the SQL command, a different text file will be generated, and the same way a different Excel file will also be generated, you can see that. Okay, so this is my package what I have here. Now let me just show you my parameter where my output files are going to get generated. You can see that this is my path and you can see this path. Okay, so right now I don't have any text files here, but I have the Excel files because I'm going to write this Excel files. So let me just show you that. You can see that right now we don't have any data over here. Okay, so when we run our package, our Excel file will be written with the data here, and from the flat file destination we are going to generate a text file dynamically. You can see that in this folder. Okay, so let me just show you one more Excel file for confirmation. You can see that we don't have any data right now. Okay, now what I will do, I will go and run my package here. So for that, so I will say start. So there you go, you can see that my package is running and you can see the data flow also. You can see that. Okay, so there you go, my package has been executed successfully. I will stop this. Let me just show you my folder. You can see that my text files has been generated automatically. Let me just show you the data here. So for that I will say double click here. You can see that we have some records here. Let me also double click here. You can see that we have the 2 records here. Okay, so this is how we have generated the text files here dynamically. Let me just show you my Excel output also. So you can see that we have the data here also. Okay, and for 2, let's see that yes, we have the data here also. Okay, so this is how we have generated the Excel output and also the text file output with the help of flat file destination and Excel destination. Okay, so now what we will do here, we are going to attach all these files in a mail. That is, dynamically we are going to attach all these multiple files in a mail, and we are going to send a complete mail using the send mail task and also using the script task component. Okay, so here we are going to see the 2 demonstration, one with the send mail task and one with the script task. Okay, so we are going to attach all these files dynamically generated through the flat file destination component and Excel destination component. Okay, so how we can attach this all the files dynamically, let's understand now. So for that, let me just go to my Visual Studio, control flow. Now to get all the files from a folder, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my for each loop container here. Okay, and you can see my parameter here, that is the folder path. So I'm going to use this folder path parameter and I'm going to configure my for each loop container. So friends, why we are using this container? Because we want to get all the files here from this folder. Okay, so how we can get it, let me just show you that. So let me just attach it here. So once our package execution is completed, then we will attach this for loop, and let me just configure my for each loop container. So I'll go to the collection. So in the collection I'm going to select the file enumerator here. Okay, you can see that. Now to configure this folder path, I'm going to take the help of expression. So I will go here in the expression, and here I'm going to select the directory here. So why directory here from expression? Because I have the folder path as a parameter. You can see that. So let me just drag and drop this here. You can see that. I will say okay. I will say okay. Okay, now we will go to the variable mapping, and here we are going to create a new variable. Okay, and this variable will be of a string type. So here I will say my variable name as full path. Okay, so there you go. I will say okay here. Now done. If you want to attach multiple files and send those multiple files via email using the send mail task, then we need to follow certain pattern here. So what pattern we need to follow? Let me just show you that. So you can see here, you can see that we have the file number 1, that is the Excel file, and then pipe. You can see that, and then pipe, after that the second file, that is the output1.txt. So if you want to have the third file here, then you need to put the pipe again, and let's copy this entire path now. So here it will be like output 2.text, and after that we need a pipe here. Okay, so if you have this pattern, then only you can attach multiple files in a mail using the send mail task component, or also using the script task component. So this is especially for send mail task. This pattern we need to follow. Okay, if you want to really attach multiple files and send those files via the send mail task, then definitely you need to follow this pattern. Okay, so now how to generate this pattern? Okay, if you want to generate this type of pattern, then definitely we need to take the help of script task. Okay, so what I will do here, from the SSIS toolbox, I am going to drag and drop the script task into this for each loop container. Okay, so now let's configure this now. Now before I go and configure the script task component, I am going to create one more variable here for output variable from the script task. Okay, so here I am going to say file attachments. Okay, you can see that, and this will be of string type. So there you go, and this variable we are going to use in the script task as a output parameter. Okay, so I will say double click, you can see that read and write variable. So here we are going to select file attachment. There you go, and for read only variables, so here it will be like full path. Okay, so there you go, I will say okay here. Now here I am going to do the edit script. Okay, so there you go. Now here you can see that my script main.cs file has been opened here. So what I will do, I will go to my code area. So there you go, and here I am going to create one variable called full path. Okay, so there you go, equal to dts dot variables dot value dot toString. So it will be like full path. There you go. Now what I am going to do, I am going to generate this pattern. You can see that. Okay, so this pattern I am going to generate here. So to do that, I am going to say copy this entire thing here, and here I will say file attachment, which is my output parameter. Okay, I will say equal to, or I will say plus and equal to, that is the full path, then plus. So there you go, I will put the pipe here. So there you go, we are done now. Now to show in the alert box, what I will do here, I will say message box dot show, and this will be like variable dot toString. So there you go, we are done now. Okay, now hopefully we are going to get this pattern. Okay, so if we get this pattern, then we can easily send multiple attachment files via the send mail task. Okay, so what I will do, let me just save this and let me close this, and there you go, I will say okay here. So there you go, I'm going to start the program now. So there you go. So once my data flow task has been completed, then only my for each loop will run. Okay, you can see that. So there you go, you can see that my pop-up has been popped up here. You can see that. So this is my first file, I will say okay. So you can see that this is my second file, I will say okay. This is my third file, and you can see the pattern, the same one with the pipe, and then the second file, then the pipe, again the third file, then the pipe. So this is the pattern we got here successfully using the script task. Okay, now I will say okay, and I'm going to stop this. So this means that the variable, the file attachment, will have the multiple files according to this pattern. Okay, now what I will do, I will close this. Now let me keep this here. Okay, and now what I will do, let me just drag and drop the send mail task here. Okay, So since we have this pattern here in this variable, that is the file attachment variables, now it's time to configure the send mail task. So I will say attach here. So there you go. I will say double click. I will go here. I am going to create the SMTP connection. Friends, I want to tell you something. So when I go to the new connection, you can see that there is a SMTP server. Right now I don't have any SMTP server without authentication 1 and without port number. Okay, so right now I cannot able to show you the proper demonstration of this task component successfully. Okay, but I can show you that how to configure this component for a multiple file attachment. So for now what I will do, I'm going to enter a dummy data here. So there you go, you can see that smtp.gmail.com, but we will see the successful demonstration using the script task component. Okay, because there I can use my Gmail server with the proper username and password with the proper port number. Okay, here I cannot demonstrate because here I don't have any space to enter the username and password and also the port number. Okay, so here I will just say SMTP server Gmail, timeout as 30 seconds. I will say okay, and here I will go now to my expression here, and yes, you can see that we have something called as from line. You can see that. I will say open. I have created the parameter of from email. So there you go. I will say okay. I will say to email to line, and there you go. I will just drag and drop to email. I will say okay, and here I will use the subject. So there you go. Let me use the email subject variable. So there you go, you can see that package executed successfully and today's date. I will say okay, and message source. So there you go, you can see the message. I will say okay. Now here I am going to use the file attachment. There you go, and here I am going to drag and drop this file attachments variable. Okay, I will say okay. We are done now. I will say okay here. So you can see that we have successfully configured our send mail task here. If we have the proper SMTP server without authentication 1, then I would have shown you the successful demonstration by using this send mail task editor. Okay, I will say okay here. You can see that. Okay, so right now this will not work, but if we have the proper SMTP connection, then I would have shown you the successful demonstration. But no worries, we can see the successful demonstration by using the script task component. So what I will do, I am going to drag and drop the script task component here, and there I am going to use my own credentials, that is the Gmail credentials, and there I am going to use the Gmail server and the Gmail port number. In case if you want to understand how to send mails by using the send mail task or script task, then for the same we have created the dedicated videos. There we have explained everything about how to configure the parameters, how we can send the mails, how we can use the email template. Everything we have talked in those videos. So I request that please go and watch those videos in case if you don't know how to write mails, or I will say how to send mails using the script task and by also using the send mail task. The videos links will be provided in the description box below of this video. Please find those videos and please watch those videos in case if you don't know how to send mails using the script task component or send mail task component. Okay, so for now I am going to drag and drop the script task here, and let me just remove this. There you go, and let me just disable this for now. Now let me just go and configure the script task component. So before I go over there, let me just show you my parameter. You can see that I have created parameter here called SMTP server with the port number and enable the SSL here. You can see that. Okay, So I will go to my script task, double click, and here I will say I need what? I need email message, email subject, and I need file attachments, and then I need the enable SSL from email, SMTP port, server to email, and we also need the credentials to authenticate the Gmail server, that is my username and my password. You can see that. So this I have created in the variable. You can use your own Gmail username and password here. Okay, I will say okay here, and I will say edit script. Now here you can see that I have written the script here. Okay, now if you want to understand how to write this script step by step, then I request that please go and watch my previous video, that is how to send mails using the script task. So I am going to provide that video link in the below description box of this video. I request that in case if you want to understand all these steps, then please go and watch that video. Okay, my focus here to show you how to attach the multiple files here. Okay, now here I am going to create one variable of file attachment. So for that I will say string file attachments equal to, let me copy this. Now this variable will have this pattern of value. You can see that. Okay, you can see that each file has been separated with the pipe here. Now what we will do here, with the help of C# code, we will explode this pipe and we will get each file here. Okay, and we will save this each file as an attachment here using the C# code. So how to do that, let's understand here. So I will say for each, I will say var attachment in file attachments dot, you can see that we have something called as split. Okay, so that is split. So there you go, open and close, and here inside this we will say new square braces. So what is our split pattern here? So you can see that we have the split pattern as pipe here. Okay, so here I will say curly braces split as pipe. So there you go, I will put a comma here, and here I will say string. So there you go, you can see that we have the string split options. So I will say dot remove empty entries. So I will say, so there you go, we are done now. Okay, I will open the for each loop here. Okay, and here I will say obj message dot, you can see that attachments dot add, and here I will say new attachment, open and close, and let's put a semicolon here, and here we will use attachment variable. So there you go, we are done now. You can see that. Now this is how you can dynamically attach multiple files. So what it does here, so let me just show you. It will split all the values by using this pipe. Okay, so when it splits all the values, so you will get this path and this path and this path. So this path, what we did when we get this collections of this value, so what we did, we looped that value using the for each loop, and we added each value in the attachments of this message, that is obj message. You can see that. Okay, now here you can see that by use of this single line of code, we have dynamically attached the multiple files to the message box. Okay, now it's time to demonstrate this example. So for now what I will do, I will save all and I'm going to close this. So I will say OK here. So there you go. I will say start. So once our package execution gets complete, definitely this script task will run here, and once this script task execution gets complete, it is going to show us a pop-up here, that is the email sent successfully. Okay, so let's see that. So for now I will say start. So there you go, you can see that my data flow execution completed, and you can see that my script task of for each loop is completed, and you can see that we have successfully got the pop-up here that email was sent successful, and you can see the time here, that is 2:04 AM here, that is May 10. Okay, I will say OK here, and I will stop this, and let's go to our mailbox. And here you can see that we have successfully received the mail, and you can see the time also, and you can see the date also. Let me open this. So there you go, you can see that we have received all the attachment here, you can see that. Okay, let me just open one of the attachment here of text here. So there you go, let me just open the proper one, that is 8th one. So you can see that we got the attachment with the data here. Okay, let me open the first one. So there you go, you can see that. Okay, and you can see the time also, 0 minutes ago. Okay, so you can see the message also here, you can see the subject also, right? You can see, right? So this is how we have executed successfully our program, and you can see that here we have dynamically attached all the files here, right, using the script task component. And you can see this here, using the script task component we have appended all the files to this pattern. Okay, and by using the script task, what we did, we have written a send mail script here, and also we have split all the files with the string split option of using this pipe explode operator. Okay, so this is all about today's video. If you really like this video, then give us a big thumbs up, and if you are new to my channel, then please subscribe to my channel, because your one like and one subscribe really motivate us to create more such videos on MSBI. In case if you have any doubts or any queries, I request that you can post your doubts and queries in the below comment section of this video. I will be really happy to respond your doubts and queries. So thank you very much and happy learning.